Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for April 22nd. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the market today. First up, we got our June live cattle on the board. We did see some early downside here in this cattle market today, both live and feeder prices continuing with this big picture pullback, but we did see some support late as those bulls stepped in and defended that 241.5, 242 area. Nice drive higher here into the close by those buyers, finishing the day right around 243.25, showing some good signs of life late. We want to see more of that action step over into tomorrow's session. 244 is today's high, and that's going to be the line in the sand to watch. If this market can get some early traction above that and bonus points for a close above today's high, that should get this market heading back up towards those all-time highs and get this next leg higher going. So look for this 242 area to continue to hold. We want to see this market continue to tighten up and balance out. And if we do get some traction above this prior day's high, we should see this cattle market get back on track to the upside and start heading back towards those all-time highs. Look for bids above 244 tomorrow to take us higher. However, if we don't get that early, we should see more balance action here and see this market try and pick up some more buyers. But this should be setting us up for a nice little dip buying opportunity here before the week is up. So watch 244 as we go into tomorrow's session. Closes above that should get this market moving higher. Next up, we got our August feeders on the board. Similar action here. Prices selling off early today, undercutting that 50-day average and a prior day low. Finishing the day basically unchanged though, right around 359. This market continues to balance out here on that 50-day average, so we need to see these bulls continue to defend this spot. But so far so good with that nice wick, showing a good rejection of those lower prices and a nice little rally here into the close. We want to see this market continue to balance out and tighten up. Today's high coming in at 360.25 is the line in the sand to watch. We need to get some bids rolling in above that line tomorrow to get this uptrend back, or this upside back on track. The uptrend still remains intact, and we should see this be a good dip buying opportunity. We just want to make sure that this market continues to stabilize. But if we do get some bids coming in above these prior day highs, we should see this feeder market start heading back up here towards 370 to 380 and potentially get this next leg up to those all-time highs. Look for this market continue to balance out. The bulls need to defend these lines in the sand here in both live and feeder markets. And as long as we get some nice traction above today's high, we should see this cattle market get back on track to the upside and start sniffing out those all-time highs. Next up, we got our July corn futures on the board. A little bit of upside here today as prices pushed up towards 466. However, a less than impressive finish here. This market settling back and kind of hanging out here in the middle of this range. More choppy action here in this corn market. Nothing really new here. We should expect to see resistance as we head up here towards 466 to 470. Look for those sellers to get active up in this area. But with today's rejection and that nice long wick to the upside, we should see more choppy action, or offers below today's low at 461 should take us back down here towards 4.5. Look for more choppy action here in this corn market. This thing doesn't really look like it's going anywhere. Prices are pretty comfortable here between 450 and 470. Look for this action to continue. Next up, crude oil prices continuing with 2 days worth of upside here. This market rallying back above 90 bucks and getting a close above our bull pivot, opening the door to a little bit of upside. This market has seen about nearly $40 worth of downside since the 7th of the month, trading up there right around 117 all the way back to 80 bucks here in a couple weeks. Just showing that this market got a little bit stretched to the downside. We continue just to digest all this recent volatility and these chart crimes that we've committed back here. We should see some resistance start to step in up here in the mid-90s. This market is just kind of getting an oversold bounce here at the moment, but so far the charts are saying we're getting a lot of distribution in this market, and we should see these crude prices continue to drift back down here towards 80 bucks. In the near term, we could see a little bit more upside here in the next couple days. This market is going to continue to be responsive to the headlines, but at the moment, most of this upside is pretty much capped, and we should see this market continue to roll back down here towards 80 bucks. And next up, our equity markets continuing to balance out here in about a 4-day range. The S&P has been stuck here in the same range that we printed last Friday, between 70.75 and 71.85. Today we'd put in a nice little inside day, but had a nice strong close here in the finish. This market did rally back up there towards the top end of this multi-day range. We should see the bulls trying to take this thing back up here above 71.85. If we do get that going, we should see another leg higher and keep this market moving up. We are a little bit extended here after this impressive rally sent back here since the beginning of the month. So if we do get offers down here below 70.75, look for a pullback to our averages, but we should see good support step in down here if we need it. However, this market continues to look like a one-way street, and we should see more upside here in the near term. Look for this thing to kind of stay stuck here in this multi-day range, and then close beyond the either edge here should lead that next leg out of here. So this market still does remain very strong. Lots of good names out there showing good action. And we should see these equity markets continue to climb. Now is a good time to keep putting money to work, and we should see this upside continue here throughout the rest of the month. That's all we got for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Catch you guys tomorrow.